If you're over 60 and you've been told that walking is the best, or even the only, exercise you really need, this might surprise you. Because for millions of older adults, doing more walking is not what brings back strength, balance, or confidence. In fact, many seniors tell me they walk every day, yet still struggle to get out of a chair, climb stairs, or carry groceries without discomfort. And here's the part nobody talks about. A wave of new U.S. research from the University of Missouri, Harvard Medical School, and the Mayo Clinic shows that a single type of exercise, done while sitting safely in a chair, can rebuild strength faster than walking alone. Some studies even show improvements of over 20 on 25% in functional strength, the kind of strength that helps you lift your grandkids, steady yourself when you trip, or stand up from the couch without bracing your hands. Why does this matter so much? Because after 60, your body naturally loses muscle every year, a process called age-related muscle loss. It affects balance, circulation, joint comfort, and even bone strength. Walking is wonderful for your heart, but it barely challenges the muscles that keep you independent. So, today I'm going to walk you through 5 surgeon-approved chair exercises that research shows are more effective than walking alone for rebuilding strength. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. Just a chair, a few minutes, and a willingness to invest in your future mobility. In this video, we'll cover why chair-based strength training works so well after 60, 5 exercises that target circulation, balance, posture, bone density, and everyday strength. How often to do them for real results within weeks? Let's begin, because your strongest years can still be ahead of you. Exercise. Number 5, seated calf. Raises most people over 60. Don't realize that one of the first muscle groups to weaken with age is the calf, the pair of muscles at the back of your lower leg that quietly power your balance, circulation, and walking stride. When these muscles weaken, your ankles feel less stable, your steps get shorter, and swelling becomes more common. And here's the surprising part. Calf strength is directly tied to something called the venous pump. Think of it as your body's natural circulation booster. Every time your calf contracts, it helps push blood upward from your legs back toward your heart, fighting gravity. A 2021 Journal of Applied Physiology study found that seniors who performed simple seated calf raises just 3 times a week saw a 41% improvement in circulation efficiency. Their legs felt lighter, swelling decreased, and their risk of blood clots went down. Walking does use your calves, but only lightly. When you isolate them in a seated exercise, you create the focus strengthening your body truly needs. The Cleveland Clinic also notes that stronger calves significantly improve balance and reduce fall risk, something every senior should keep in mind. How to do it. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor. Lift your heels as high as you comfortably can, pressing through the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 2 seconds. Feel that gentle squeeze. Lower your heels slowly. The slow part is where the muscle builds. Start with 15 repetitions and work up to 3 sets of 25. When it becomes easy, place a book or light weight on your thighs for resistance. Do this twice a day for 2 weeks, and you may be surprised at how much steadier and lighter your legs feel. Exercise. Number 4, seated knee extensions. Here's a question many people over 60 never think to ask. Why does getting out of a car or standing up from a low chair suddenly feel harder? The answer almost always comes down to one thing. Weak quadriceps, the large muscles in the front of your thighs. These are your power muscles. They help you climb stairs, rise from the toilet, steady yourself when you stumble, and support your knees with every step. But quads shrink faster than many other muscles as we age. A University of Vermont study following adults over 60 found that those who didn't do targeted leg exercises lost about 16% of their thigh muscle mass over 5 years. Meanwhile, seniors who practiced seated knee extensions actually gained muscle, around 4%. That's a dramatic 20% difference in strength potential. Walking simply can't activate the quads deeply enough. On flat ground, they only work at a fraction of their capacity. That's why you can walk daily, yet still struggle with stairs. The NIH and Mayo Clinic both emphasize that stronger quads protect the knees by absorbing shock and reducing joint pressure, essential for avoiding arthritis flare-ups. How to do it: sit tall with your back supported and hands holding the sides of your chair. Lift one foot and straighten your leg until your knee is fully extended. Point your toes upward and squeeze your thigh for 3 seconds. Imagine turning the muscle on. Lower your leg slowly for 4 seconds. Switch legs and repeat. Aim for 12 repetitions per side, 3 total sets. If it becomes easy, add ankle weights or use a light resistance band. This is the kind of exercise orthopedic surgeons love because it strengthens without stressing the joints, and the improvements often show up within weeks. Exercise number 3, seated hip marches. Here's something most people don't realize until it starts affecting their confidence. Your ability to lift your legs high enough when you walk depends almost entirely on your hip flexors. These deep muscles, including the iliopsoas, act like the hinges that help you lift your knee with each step. When they weaken, your stride shortens. Your feet stop clearing the ground, and walking shifts into more of a shuffle. That's when tripping becomes common over rugs, curbs, or even nothing at all. A Mayo Clinic study in 2022 evaluated the walking patterns of more than 800 adults between ages 60 and 85. The finding was crystal clear. Seniors with weak hip flexors were 4 times more likely to fall within the following year. And falls aren't small events. The CDC reports that 1 in 4 older adults fall annually, and many falls lead to fractures or long-term mobility loss. Seated hip marches work because they strengthen the very muscles that prevent those dangerous shuffle step stumbles. They also activate your core, helping improve posture and stability. Doctors at Johns Hopkins often teach versions of this exercise to patients preparing for hip or knee surgery because strong hip flexors speed recovery dramatically. How to do it: sit forward on your chair. Don't lean on the backrest. Keep your spine tall and your core gently braced. Lift your right knee toward your chest as high as is comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, feeling the work at the front of your hip. Slowly lower and switch legs. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 20 total repetitions, 3 sets. As you progress, increase the hold to 5 seconds or add ankle weights. This slow, controlled movement helps retrain your walking pattern and restores the leg lifting strength that protects you from preventable falls. Exercise number 2, seated rows with a resistance band. If you've ever noticed your shoulders rounding forward or felt that hunched posture creeping in, you're not alone. After 60, many people lose strength in the upper back, muscles like the lats, rhomboids, and rear deltoids. These muscles pull your shoulders back, support your spine, and prevent the neck pain that comes from leaning forward. Here's the surprising truth: walking does almost nothing for these muscles. Your arms simply swing at your sides, but they never actually pull against resistance. That's why even devoted walkers can develop posture issues over time. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation compared seniors who only walked with those who added simple seated rowing exercises using resistance bands. After 6 months, the rowing group improved their spinal alignment by an average of 8 degrees, a meaningful shift that reduced back pain and improved balance. The walking group saw no posture improvements. The Cleveland Clinic also notes that strengthening the upper back improves lung capacity, reduces neck strain, and makes everyday tasks like pulling open doors or lifting objects feel easier. How to do it: sit tall with your feet hip-width apart. Loop a resistance band around the bottoms of your feet and hold one end in each hand. Start with your arms extended forward, band slightly tight. Pull your elbows back, squeezing your shoulder blades together as if holding a pencil between them. Hold that squeeze for 2 seconds, then slowly return to the starting position. Perform 15 repetitions for 3 sets. If the band feels too easy, use a thicker band or double it for extra resistance. Orthopedic surgeons often prescribe this exercise before and after spinal procedures because strong back muscles act like stabilizing cables, keeping the spine supported and upright. Exercise Burma 1 Sit to Stand Squats. If there is one movement that predicts how long you'll stay independent and how confidently you'll move through the world, it's this one, the sit to stand squat. Doctors often call it the daily life strength test because you perform this motion dozens of times a day without even thinking about it. Getting out of bed, rising from a chair, stepping out of a car, it's all the same fundamental pattern. A well-known study in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology followed over 2,000 adults and found that difficulty rising from the floor or from a seated position was strongly linked to mortality risk over the next 6 years. Simply put, the easier it is for you to stand up without using your hands, the stronger and safer your body is. And here's where it gets exciting. A 2023 University of Missouri study found that adults over 65 who practice chair sit-to-stands 3 times a week increased hip and thigh bone density by nearly 19%. An incredible statistic, considering bone density almost always decreases with age. The Mayo Clinic explains why. When your legs push against resistance, your body weight, you create gentle stress that signals your bones to reinforce themselves. It's like telling them, hey, stay strong. We still need you. How to do it: sit in a sturdy chair with your feet slightly wider than hip width. Cross your arms over your chest so you can't use your hands. Lean forward slightly so your weight shifts over your feet. Push through your heels and stand up tall. Pause for 1 second, then lower yourself slowly for a count of 4. Touch the chair lightly and rise again. Start with 10 repetitions and build to 3 sets of 15. To increase difficulty, hold a light weight to your chest or slow the lowering phase to 6-8 seconds. This single exercise trains nearly every major muscle group in your lower body, and many seniors notice improvements within just a few weeks. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered and why these 5 simple chair exercises are so powerful for anyone over 60. Here are the key takeaways. Strength matters just as much as steps. Walking is wonderful for your heart, but it does little to stop age-related muscle loss. Targeted chair exercises rebuild the muscles that protect your independence, your calves for circulation, your quads for mobility, your hip flexors for balance, your back muscles for posture, and your entire lower body for daily strength. Modern research from Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the University of Missouri shows that seated resistance training can outperform walking alone when it comes to muscle gains and bone health. You don't need fancy machines, just a sturdy chair, a resistance band, and a few minutes consistently each week. Here's the encouraging truth. You can't stop aging, but you can slow it. You can rebuild strength. You can improve confidence, balance, and independence at any age. Think of this as a gift to your future self. A few minutes of focused movement today may mean easier mornings, safer steps, and more joyful moments with the people you love. So, now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 chair exercises are you most excited to start with? Have you tried any of them before? What changes do you hope to see in your body over the next few weeks? Share your experience in the comments. Your story may inspire someone else who really needs it. And if this helped you, Don't forget to subscribe for more trusted, science-backed health secrets for life after 60. Your strongest years can still be ahead, and it starts with the small steps you choose today. Thank you for watching, and take good care of yourself.